I was an assistant athletic director for the school district, working with athletic director Pete Vela.
I probably was at Brownsville-Hanna. You know, I was already involved in a multi-school system. You know, the Brownsville school's been doing it for years, yeah.
I was right here at Weslaco East High School. I have been at Weslaco East High School since we opened our doors in 2000.
Actually, I was at Mary Hogue Middle School as a principal when the school went to 2 high schools.
At that time, I was working at Weslaco High School. I was an athletic trainer at Weslaco High School.
I had just started as a technology curriculum coordinator for the district. We had a very strong technology program, a very strong curriculum program. We needed someone that just kind of fused the two together.
It was my favorite coffee place where we get together and do the old routine of armchair quarterbacks talking about it when the idea started to come around about Weslaco going to 2 high schools.
I was moving from Denver to Austin, or I was working in Denver. At that time I was just doing some accounting work up there in the metro area, and that's where I was. I didn't even know that they had opened another school.
Well, in the year 2000 I was practicing law with a San Antonio law firm, but it was based in the Valley. My office was actually in Edinburgh, and I supported that concept actually. I thought 2 high schools, 3 high schools shows the success of a city.
When I was a board member, the discussion came to separate both high schools. The first thing that came to my mind was, were we prepared for it? I wanted to make sure that all the services that the kids had at Weslaco High School, we were able to provide at Weslaco East.
The Weslaco High School was really overcrowded. I think at that time we had over 3,400 students.
Our high school could not hold the capacity that was coming, and that was probably the biggest selling point to say we need to do this. But the other selling point was the number of children wanting to participate in extracurricular activities. With the opportunity to provide 2 of everything, we were able to open the doors for more participation in the extracurricular activities, which is a very important part of your academic education as you move forward in life.
We were big enough to support a split. You don't want to have, big isn't always better. And when you get to the point of over 3,000 students, it's really time to have 2 complete separate high schools.
Frankly, I wasn't too happy about it. I really wanted to see us go to a 9th grade campus so that we would have had, because I was interested in seeing them keep a well-rounded athletic program. And that's where a lot of people have done that in the past, and that's why they've have had a successful athletic program.
When a town goes through a split like that, the talent is split in half, and then there's adjustments. But on the positive side, you develop more kids and more opportunities. Instead of having 44 kids playing for Weslaco High, as opposed to now you can have 88, 2 different varsity kids. So it's a good opportunity. It's really a positive thing.
Even those early days, we may not have been getting wins, but we were making strides to get better, and that's what we have gotten now.
A new program has to establish itself from the ground up, literally from the foundation and the block walls and the mortar that sticks together. For the newness of what that school was at the time, I think it's a great thing, because you have a chance to complete, and success breeds success.
What happened here with Weslaco Independent School District was that the second high school, which is Weslaco East High School, was started off as a 9th, 10th grade campus, which was the ideal situation because it allowed them to grow into a full 4-year high school without disrupting the current high school that we had, which was Weslaco High School.
As time went on and as I started to realize and look at the academic point of it, I knew that eventually it was going to happen. And for the benefit of the students, this was something that was inevitable.
Now I see East as a full-blown high school. I've watched it over the years progress, And I think that it was one of the best decisions I've made after all.
Now we have two very competitive schools, whether it be in the sports arena or in the classroom. During graduation, instead of having one valedictorian, we have one for Weslaco High and one for Weslaco East. And for everything, there's two of them.
You can only carry so many numbers per team for band, for cheerleading, for football, for volleyball, for basketball. In all our programs that we offer, there's only so many kids you can offer, and we had so many numbers. Now, even over the 12 years that we've evolved with Weslaco East, the numbers at Weslaco East Athletic Program have grown tremendously.
Sometimes when you have these super schools, I think you lose that. You tend to lose that when you try to be too big. And I think a lot of schools are big for the sake of sports. That's not right. And I don't agree with that. I think schools should be for academics first. And of course, all the extracurricular activities will flow in with that. And that's why I think getting to high schools, allowing more children to participate has been a great, great idea.
Our Wildcat season did start in the year of 2003. That was our first senior year. That was a great time for us. It was the beginning of something new. It was our first year out. We were ready to go.
We are introducing to the world the Weslaco East Wildcats. Remember the Panthers, let's go!
Very difficult to be the new kid on the block in what had previously been a one high school town for, over 75 years. So being the new kid on the block, we had to really work to establish our identity, to show that we weren't just the little kid, we weren't the new kid. We had time as a 4A to really show that we could dominate.
It's all about pride. It's all about the east side, strong side. We take a lot of pride in that. And that identity of not just being the other school anymore. We feel like we've reached a point now in our development where we've earned that distinction of who we are. We're not just the other school anymore. We're East High.
As you can see, they have a very strong identity. They have their own nuances. They have their own cheers, their own East Side, strong side. Those things are great. I mean, it's culture, it's tradition, it's part of their program, and it's something that they've attached to. So I think the community itself, has attached to it as well. You say East Side, a parent's going to say strong side.
East Side, strong side. East Side, strong side.
I think a lot of it had to do was because of the way the administration is structured and was allowed them to go 4A and build success. So they've been successful, and they're going to continue. They've played in the 5A. They've been successful in a lot of 5A contests and beat a lot of 5A teams.
I can seriously say this, that the first time that I heard the rallying cry at an East High School, East Side, strong side, it sent shivers up my spine. I said, this is great. This is a great thing for the community. Because we have a school that has developed its own culture, its own identity, and it's turned out to be a great, great thing. Going to the first East High School graduation, they had their own uniqueness to their graduation ceremony.
I welcome all of you to our first graduation. Tonight we are making history.
Identity is school branding. School branding is school spirit. You can't win any whether it's academic or on the athletic field without school spirit. It's a dead school.
Once we started graduating kids out of there, the identity starts getting a hold of the school. Now we have ex-students who take pride in East and look up to East and want to help East.
We've seen it evolve through the years, little by little. It was evident, when the team first started to compete, there was purple pants. The following year, it went to the jersey, eventually to the helmet, and last year, I think they completely faded out the purple. And now you just see black, which identifies the Wildcats.
It was a great opportunity to start a foundation, to build a legacy. With every strong building, there's always a strong foundation that you want to set a good foundation of leadership, work ethic. You want to contribute as much as you can because you have a great understanding that when your year's done, there'll be former Wildcats that are coming in, following your leadership, following your passion to build a strong team that we know today as Weslaco East Wildcats.
Because Weslaco High School has been around for so long that a lot of us don't remember how, the tradition, the culture was actually developed. But now we have an opportunity with Weslaco East. Those that are not part of the Weslaco East system, the feeder school system, and that actually go to Weslaco East can still look at how that has developed and evolved. And, us as a community, as Weslaco 1, as a Weslaco ISD 1, we have an opportunity to take a look at that and see how that evolved and take pride in the fact that, they're still part of our system and that we have had something to do with that development.
Who said we can't play with the big boys? Who said we can't play with the big boys? There we go.
I really think that East has done a very good job as far as showing their own identity, showing who the Wildcats are. Look at last year's program, they did a fantastic job. So we know that Weslaco has not only one good program, but two great high schools in academics and in sports, obviously in football. And, thinking about how they're going to play against each other, it's a bittersweet.
Let's go! Get the game first down! Hey, you got to get even higher. Let's go, baby!
We have our own identity. We're just not the new kid on the block. So I think that it's good that we've been given that opportunity to really grow and again establish the Wildcat tradition. And now we're ready to play Weslaco High School. To me, rivalry is that competition, but it's a good, healthy, friendly competition. And if I lose this year, then I have an opportunity to show myself next year.
There'll always be a rivalry because, you're playing against each other. And anytime you play anybody, and if you're a competitive person, then you want to win.
What I didn't want to see was our town split in two. And I really don't want to see that. I want to see that everybody, we support our team.
I think it's a rivalry that could be really a great thing for Weslaco, put some excitement into the town, and let it all be good and fun, and everybody appreciate what you have there.
The community, the schools, they're really looking forward to it. I mean, you walk around town, you talk in the stores, and everybody's looking forward to October 19th. I'm sure it's circled on their calendar. And to me, this is going to be something great for Weslaco. We're looking at it in a positive way, and I know that at the end of the day, it's just going to make this community stronger, not only in the schools, but all over Weslaco.
Positive rivalry, I think it is possible and it does exist, of course. What that means and what that entails to us as a coaching staff is that we play the game with passion, with emotion. Hard work, dedication, but at the same time with good sportsmanship.
Well, a rivalry one I think has a lot of respect because I think that both programs have earned the right, per se, to be in that competition. Again, if you're constantly beating up on a lesser team, it wouldn't be much of a rivalry. But I think that the fact that they've proven themselves through multiple games, multiple seasons, multiple championships, multiple runs in the playoffs, they've both earned the right to say, we're good enough to beat you. So, and I think that once they prove it on the field, they'll actually know the answer.
Rivalry has a very negative connotation. I think most people look at it in negative connotation. I think it's very positive.
For us, it's business as usual because everybody has a rivalry against Weslaco High, whether it be Mercedes, Ed Couch, Donna, now McAllen Memorial, it used to be Los Fresnos. So, for us, this is a little bit different because it's across town. Obviously, it's going to be special.
When a rivalry goes bad, I believe that everyone pays for that because it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and then the good things that everyone has worked to take pride in are forgotten.
We are very much working to keep that from happening and to keep it positive because the kids are going to be the ones that are hurt in the end.
When you have rivalries, you take on that I'm better than you, et cetera, that is not a healthy thing for the community. And I hope that never happens.
When a rivalry goes bad, the ones that that hurt the most is the student body, because you got so many people involved. That includes the band, that includes the cheerleaders, that includes the student body, and of course also the staff that attends the games.
Mr. Nieto and I are really trying to keep it a friendly rivalry. Again, Weslaco coming together. We're both from Weslaco, so the city of Weslaco wins either way on that night.
I know that there are some fans from East that come to the Panther game and vice versa. There are some Panther fans that go to the East game. I'm one of them. So I wanted to continue to have that. Not only support your high school that you choose, but also the other one as well.
Any team that you play against becomes a rival. And now having one in your own backyard, that adds to it. You have family members who might be going to Weslaco East and other ones going to Weslaco High.
Actually, there's going to be some relatives that will be playing. There'll be some cousins that will be over here and some cousins that are over there. Off the field, there'll be cousins. Game time, it is going to be competition.
Even though they may be cousins and relatives, you're gonna have the attitude that you want to whip them and you want to beat them, but you still want it to be a good, clean thing. And when you get through, whichever one wins, you want them to be go over and shake hands and leave in a good spirit.
Playing your cousin across town, it's going to be bragging rights for a year, and hopefully, we take it in the proper manner.
Weslaco is a strong city. Weslaco is a city to be known where there's a lot of unity and a lot of family and values have been made Weslaco what it is. Because I don't think we want to take this game way out of proportion, because at the end of Friday night, we're still one city, Weslaco.
The sense of a potential game to be played, it's always been brought up from day one.
Since they put the first shovel in the ground, everybody's been wanting this game to happen.
The thought that was that eventually we were going to have to compete against each other. Of course, East started in 4A and we were 5A.
The good thing is that we've had time to develop as a program. We've put together an outstanding staff, and the athletes that are here now understand what it takes to be successful, the commitments there.
I do think it was better that Weslaco East had time to play in the 4A level before we transitioned into a 5A. It gave Weslaco East time to build a winning tradition.
What that did is that gave them an opportunity to be able to grow and to be able to come up the ranks. So eventually now we reached a point where they are both 5A schools.
I think that people have always wondered, when are they going to play each other? Are they going to play each other? Why aren't they playing each other? There's always that talk, especially at the beginning of the season. But for a while, other people thought it's fine that you're not, because then we truly can cheer for both teams. And you're not playing each other, so we don't have to pick sides. So I think for a long time people were okay with it, but it was kind of always in the back of everyone's head. When are they going to play? Why aren't they playing?
The time has come now where at that time was thinking about, and that is East playing Weslaco Panthers.
I think Weslaco is a force to be reckoned with. And having two 5A teams just showcases the talent that Weslaco athletes have valley-wide.
I don't think there's been a town that's won 2 district championships in the same town in the same year, and we've done it twice.
To have a district championship, back-to-back district championships, it's very rewarding in terms of how hard work pays off. It is also a tremendous confidence builder.
East, by being champions from the 4A level coming up, automatically you have a target on your back. You know, we're going to show them, but they've held their own.
Now, both being in a 5A program where you have McAllen schools and PSJA schools, every week is like a playoff week.
Week 7, it's late in the season. A lot of is going into the coaches' minds and the kids' minds about, you know, post-season play.
Not only is it going to bring 2 schools from the same community together that people have been wanting to see play each other for a long time, but this is a district game.
It's a huge game. They got district championship implications, playoff implications.
And part of the thing is that Weslaco High has always been successful, so why wouldn't Weslaco East want to overachieve and be more successful? So I think that that's great. I think that we have a high standard, a measuring stick that is above and beyond just being normal or being average.
But if you've always looked at Weslaco East High School as a football team, we've always been the underdog. We've always been determined not to win a game or not to be successful. And with time, Weslaco East has proven that to be wrong.
I mean, we got 2 teams that are synonymous with winning now. They both have been winners. They're both winners at production. They've got a tradition that's there, so they're going to play their hearts out.
They're top-notch. Their coaching staffs are good. So I don't see anybody having an advantage over the other.
If you actually take a look at the schools right now, I would call them twin brothers versus big brother, little brother. And you know, now they were both well-established schools. They're both highly competitive. Both have demonstrated excellence in athletics and academics and almost in every single endeavor. So they're pretty comparable and pretty equal.
We want to show the Valley really what excellence is all about. And if we go out there and we play against each other, you're going to have a winner, you're going to have a loser. But the truth is that we want McAllen and Brownsville and Harlingen to know that regardless of who they play, they're going to get the best out of us every single time. And that if it's East or Weslaco High, you have the entire community behind those teams when they play somebody else. In this particular case, they happen to be playing each other, but I think it's a no-lose situation.
So we've got something pretty special here in Weslaco. Whether we beat Weslaco East or they beat us, is somebody really going to lose? I don't think so.
It's been years coming that we've been talking about, hey, when are we going to face each other? We see each other out, you know, in town, and we're like, hey, if we would have played y'all this year, we would have took it, man. And then you had Weslaco High players saying, no, we would have took it. But I think this year is going to ease that and say who's the city champs, who's the best in Weslaco, Weslaco East or Weslaco High.
What I'm expecting to see on that game day is a lot of community effort, a lot of community support for both teams.
You're going to see packed stands. You're going to see a lot of black in the stands. You're going to see a lot of purple in the stands. You know, both bands, the cheerleading. I mean, even though it's an away game for Weslaco East, I think it's going to be just as much a home game for them as it is for Weslaco High.
What an exciting night it will be to see both of our stands, our home and the visitor stands, filled with Weslaco ISD community members.
I think on game day, everybody's going to be excited and rooting for their teams. And it's going to be a lot of high emotions. Obviously, this is going to be the first game.
I think this is an event that is a celebration for the city of Weslaco. And I believe that myself as the mayor and the commissioners, and I believe the citizens of Weslaco, I think this is a very proud moment for all of us. You get to showcase the talent of each school. And in essence, you're seeing the best of what Weslaco has to offer.
And people knowing that the historical value of what this game really represents, to be the first winner in the first intra-Weslaco football competition and the football rivalry that will become Weslaco East versus Weslaco High.
but I think the players are going to come out with more passion. I think they're going to come out with more excitement. Some of these players went to elementary school together, went to middle school together. They played flag football together.
We forget that they've already played. They played in junior high. They've played against each other. So it's not really new to them. I mean, it's going to be new to the JVs and the freshmen, but they've already kind of know what they're up against.
They played together. They know each other. They go to the same parties. They do the same thing. They go out, hang out at their local restaurants, Buffalo Wild Wings, whatever, or Chili's or whatever. They're still the same people. A game's not going to change you.
I think the community is going to come together on that night. And at the end of the day, when that final second goes off and we go home, somebody's brother played out there, somebody's sister was in the band, cheerleader, etc. And we need or cannot lose scope of that we're all from the same community. And I think Weslaco is ready for it, and we're mature enough to handle it.
The kids in Weslaco are playing for the city of Weslaco. Wherever they go, they're Weslaco, whether they're Weslaco Panthers or Weslaco East Wildcats. It's all Weslaco. So I think that there's a lot of Weslaco pride overall. You see lots of spirit no matter whose game you're at. And we want to be a force to be reckoned with, Weslaco as a whole, whatever stadium we're playing in.
Any competitive player plays to win on that given day. Of course, they play for pride, but the ultimate goal is to win a game, to win a district title, and so forth. But on that day, it will be to win that particular game.
I feel like we'll be pretty well prepared. I don't think we have to motivate these kids to get up for this game. They're going to be ready. They've been waiting a long time.
There's going to be a lot of anticipation and a lot of talk and you know, that the way we handle the noise, I call it the noise. You got to kind of turn down the noise and just focus in on what we have to do.
I'm looking forward to seeing this whole stadium completely full, meaning that the whole community of Weslaco has united to come for this one event.
You know, it's going to go back and forth, I think, you know, from the standpoint that we have two good squads. You're going to have good plays on both sides of the ball. I think it'll be more of a defensive struggle. I don't think it'll be as offensive from the standpoint you have two breakout teams.
First and foremost, the coaches, their first priority is playing a good game on the field, leaving it all on the field, and coming out victoriously.
Weslaco East is going into its 10th season. So coming in with 10 years under our belt, I think this is year to play, to match up Weslaco East, their best, against Weslaco High, their best. This is the year that we've all been waiting for.
The East Wildcats are going to stay focused on what it's going to take to win this game. What's important for us to do is to remember that we have things that we have to control on the field, and that's the thing we're going to focus on.
To be playing in the first Weslaco High, Weslaco East game, wow. I mean, what an honor, what a privilege. I mean, guys, give it your best, do it right. Don't embarrass yourself. Go out there, play as hard as you can, win, lose, or draw, give it everything you got because it's history.
I think if you spoke to the student body at either high school, they would say, we're going to win.
Weslaco East versus High.
Eric O'Donnell.
High's going to win. Eastside's going to win. I think we have a better chance of winning. Eastside, strong side.
So I'm really rooting for my team, you know, Wildcats.
Let's go High all the way, baby!
Both student bodies, I think, put a lot of weight on winning this first game.
I think it's going to be a great game, and I think both teams are going to rise, and I think both players are going to come with more passion, more excitement. And once the game's over, I do think that we'll come back as a community, and I think we'll embrace each other as brothers. But when the game's going on, I think there's going to be an excitement. I think there's going to be a determination to do better and to excel.
That's how we do it!
You know, the little brother has grown up, and the family has to realize that he has an equal place at the table. And certainly I think it does a city good if we all realize that these are two equally successful schools, great principals, great administrators, great teachers, great students. And to try to diminish it as it's still the little brother, I think is foolish on the part of anyone.
It's going to be back and forth, back and forth. The last guy with the ball is going to win. I think that's what's going to happen. You know, it's going to be one of those games that's going to be down to the wire. I hope so. And it'll be good for the community if that's what happens.
You know, supporting our team, showing school spirit, all in very positive ways so that we can walk away from that with our head held high and know that we were good sports about whatever happened. So really talking to the students a lot and our coaches about being good sports, no matter how it plays out. But we do plan to win.
Well, without a doubt, I'm gonna pull with the Weslaco Panthers. I just have a sneaky suspicion we're gonna be okay.
Well, obviously the Weslaco East Wildcats have every intentions of winning this game. That is our goal. That's why we're playing this game. It's a district game, and we're going to go out to win this thing.
Whoever wins, be good winners. You know, be good winners. And the losers are going to certainly take it hard, but they'll come back hopefully the following year, and maybe they'll be the winners. So it's a win-win situation for Weslaco. It's going to be an exciting time for the community.
If somebody had more to lose, I guess it would be the Panthers, because they've been around. They've been to the mountaintop. But so have the Wildcats, so they're not new in town anymore. They're not new to the fray. I think they can compete with the best of them.
I think everybody's maybe predicting Weslaco High to win this game, maybe because they have more experience. So I think Weslaco East has more to gain from this Friday night game. But I think if Weslaco High School loses, I think it's going to be a bigger upset than if Weslaco East would lose.
At the end of the day, win or lose, you know, it's about one community, one Weslaco, one school district. You know, our kids represent us. They're our pride.
The Saturday after the Friday night game, we're going to get up and we're all going to be waking up in Weslaco, because we're from Weslaco. We're one Weslaco. Whether it's East or High, it's one Weslaco.
The important thing is to remember that it is a game. You know, as big as it is, it's still a game. And we know that someone's going to win, someone's going to lose.
To me, if you're a football coach or you're a football parent, yeah, you need to stand up and take notice, because this is your time. You need to be proud of your kids and your program and where you live. And to me, it's huge. It's just not big time, it's huge.
But I think that at the end, that the community is going to remain united and look at it as a friendly game between the two teams, and that they're going to be taking a look at it as a tradition as to who's going to have bragging rights for the year. All our students are champions. You know, we're a district of champions, and all our students are champions. All our students are highly successful. All our students, you know, are winners. And it's that's going to kind of help keep us together in terms of saying, well, you know what, the game, it's over. And now Monday, we're going to go back to school, but you know what? We're all one.
Make them get scared! Remember the Panthers, let's go!
And to me, if you're not proud of what Weslaco's done in the past, well, just come to this game and you're going to get a full meal deal. You're going to figure it out like, wow, these guys really know. Because I hear it all the time. Man, you guys know how to do it.
For this one moment, it's High versus East, you know, and it's gonna be a competitive event. But when it's over, we're still from Weslaco.
But when it's all said and done, the dust settles and everything, we're still from Weslaco. We're still from the same school district, and I really believe, you know, that both schools come together for a common purpose, and that is Weslaco.
My experience as a former Wildcat, Friday night is going to be the game. The stands are going to be packed. The players are going to bring their A game. They're going to show up to play. I believe both teams are going to go the extra mile, to lay an extra hit, to get that first down. Instead of falling short, they're going to duck that shoulder. They're going to lay it all on the line. Because at the end of the game, city champs means a lot to players in Weslaco.
I would say just go ahead and go out there and give it your very best, 150%. And whatever the outcome at the end of the game is, always remember, and this is for the adults as well, always remember that this is one Weslaco, one Weslaco ISD, and one vision.